シャマラン入れた入れた入れた入れた入れた眠り飽きてさきて君が待ってた盾と頬が肩を抱き合ったら怒りが消え去ったら心から頭みなぎってゆくなんとかさながに今羽が生えたならば暗闇からおさらば飛び立ってゆく彼だ心から頭懐かしいあなたがさ足元に今花が咲いたならば暗闇からおさらば飛び立ってゆく彼だ何度だって生きる甘い上げ目の中真っ赤のライアン耳の中胸の奥についてるメロディーリズムに Yeah Just sing Sing it Just諦めのワイルやからとだなんかじゃ食べなってもかのはクワブラクワブラクワブラ目でも止まらないさくたばらんダムだ魚押しとすわがまま速度なジャムだ裏番も一人のあなたさてちゃん変えちゃうワンスが闇の国ワンダーライ国道中になんだか44分待ってら4歳44分サムがカメラちゃべんぐらいやばくがしたんなら文字通りお疲れ様や入れた入れた入れた入れた入れた肘で吐いてて先で霧は晴れたタコとボコがうまく噛み合ったら痛みが重なったら心から頭みなぎってゆくなんだかさながに今羽が生えたならば暗闇からおさらば飛び立ってゆく彼だ心から頭懐かしいあなたがさ足元に今花が咲いたならば暗闇からおさらば飛び立ってゆく彼だ何度だって生きる甘い上げ目の中真っ赤のライアン耳の中胸の奥についてるメロディーリズムに Yeah今日も才の壊れど真ん中積み上げてくタップタップ鬼とチャンバラ The lyric is a massacre 渡る女ばら花歌手にシャララ洗いたいのならマジでまでのサツとブ誰が開いたかパンドラアートは何があったの知らんがな何百年前だがジョイ久しぶりのシャワーだガキはカバまだこっちこんじゃねえわ今確かに目があったなこういうことかよシャマラン入れた入れた入れた入れた入れた眠り飽きてさきて君が待ってた盾と頬が肩を抱き合ったら怒りが消え去ったら心から頭みなぎってゆくなんだかさながに今羽が生えたならば暗闇からおさらば飛び立ってゆく彼だ心から頭懐かしいあなたがさ足元に今花が咲いたならば暗闇からおさらば飛び立ってゆく彼だ何度だって生きる甘い上げ目の中真っ赤のライアン耳
Hello, 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 and welcome to the stream. I'm Honey Satin, a non-binary streamer, and my pronouns are they and them. Welcome, y'all. So as you can see, as you can hear, the game is currently, like, showing up. Let me just... Don't know why it's not actually showing up. Maybe I gotta click on it. Are you not full screen? It's supposed to capture any full screen. There we go. Now you show up. Anyway. We are back at it again, playing Paranormal Sight: The Mermaid's Curse. Last time I tried to play it, I got motion sick. I took my motion sick pills, so no need to worry about that this time. I should be doing a-okay. But I did want to show you guys this because I'm pretty excited. I got this from one of my jobs. We were playing D&D at my work, yes, I know. And it's like a little mimic box. It's so cute! It holds my dice, which I don't have very many, but these are my favorite. They're metal, so I'm obsessed with it. It is my new favorite prized possession. I'll be taking, hopefully, really good care of it. We do have a Gigi here with us. So Salem Gigi is sleeping right behind my monitor, one right here. She is enjoying herself because she gets so upset when I come up here and I play games without her. She likes to be near somebody. Don't matter what you're doing, she wants to be there. She knows you. So, anyway, we are gonna get on with it, you know? Let's just hop right into it. Okay, so if you're wondering what happened last time, our main character, hold on, let's see if I can show you him. Yes, Yuza. Yuza is our main character, and he moved out of the city, I believe, to like work a normal job. Not out of the city, out of the countryside. He is from the countryside. Kameshima. It's an island that is shaped like a turtle. I think it's fictional, but in Japan. It's very pretty. And his parents mysteriously disappeared as they were divers, like fancy divers. Well, they're called Ama divers. I don't know exactly what they are. I think I'll have to reread that. But the man that's in front of us is Azami. That is our best friend. We are the exact same. We're around the same age. And his dad died. He took over his dad's legacy and fishing boat. So he is trying to be a fisherman like his dad, and he allowed us to go with him so we could try to be a diver like our mom and dad. I believe we came back to the countryside because our grandma's sick, and she like helped raise us later. But let me double check what an Ama diver is because I don't remember. That was a few days ago. I had to stop the game, unfortunately, because I got really motion sick from how the game is played. It's got like a little mini game that moves around really fast, but it's okay. We're gonna figure it out. Let's see. All new. Was it under new? No. Okay, Ama divers. Here we go. The term Ama is often written with the characters meaning sea and woman. Generally refers to a woman who free dives for shellfish, seaweed, and other marine products. It is said that they practice free diving both to prevent over-harvesting to help protect the marine environment. They operate in many regions of Japan. Toma and Shima regions are known for having the highest number of Ama divers. These regions also exhibit customs unique to the area, such as the practice of carrying objects with shaman and doma symbols to ward off misfortune. So if you look at, well, you can't see us right now, but we have a certain outfit on that has those symbols to protect us. I believe it was our mom's. So just gonna look around a little bit. Sticker! What's this? Oh, good eye user. You must have a knack for finding mockingbirds. Mockingbirds? Is that supposed to be a bird? Yep, these are the famous bird stickers. No one knows who made them, but they show up everywhere. They're pretty unique, and there's something about the idea of birds dressed up as delinquents, you know? It's weirdly charming. So they had this in the last game, where you could find a bunch of these delinquent birds, and I love them. I'm so glad they brought it back. I was real surprised to find one on my boat, but I decided to leave it be to commemorate the occasion, I guess. By the way, that's mockingbird number 8, tit for tat. He's a long-tailed tit. Why don't you take note of any you find? Maybe they'll bring you good luck. Huh, I guess there's more to these mockingbirds than I thought. Is there anything about it? Ah! These popular mascot birds seem to pop up everywhere. No one knows who's the artist behind them. The quick, rough, and tumble birds quirky. Or will they show up next? But they quickly became popular for their bizarre yet oddly cute designs. Be in the right place at the right time in Issei and surrounding areas, you might just be able to find all 20 of them. Reach a total of 5 to 20 to collect and unlock fun bonus content. Ooh, okay. I'm glad I got number 8. Okay. That's so cute. Okay. I guess I could tell him, like, I want to go back now. Alright, let's talk to him. Is that all you wanted to talk about? Oh, there's more. No, there's more. Actually, this might be the most important part. So, before we dive into what the most important part is, previously, when we played this game, we had... not an issue, that's the wrong word. We went diving, and we kind of upped our lung capacity and all that, and we saw a hole, we dove into it, and we saw what looked like a dead version of ourselves trying to grasp us. There is a history with that. If you find that, supposedly it will drag you down and kill you. I don't remember what it's called, but there's a word for it. I realize there's something I need to do after this. Something really important. Hey, so you found a lead down there after all. I'm serious. If I don't pull this off, something terrible is going to happen. Hey, I believe you. Go on. Tell me everything. Okay. So we went through the first chapter already. So we're going to do. Okay, and this is where I guess it diverges. I don't know. Memories of last summer. I guess that's where we're going. The promised day arrives. After their usual morning dive, the group of 4 meet at the dock. Group of 4. Okay, Tomokatsuki. That's the thing that tried to grab us under that looks exactly like us. We have our doppelganger. So let's go do memories of summer. Of last summer. I know what you did last summer. August 8th, 1980 something. Hey, Azami! Yuza, over here. Good thing, I just got back too. Well, Tsukasa, how's it go? She looks like a fancy Velma, and I love her. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Check this out. 2 whole scallops. Childhood friend, Tsukasa. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, she's a little younger than us, is 17. Born and raised on Kamishima. She has a bright, friendly nature and inquisitive personality, currently in her 2nd year of high school. She boasts excellent grades and a sharp intuition. She has been staying at a relative's house in Issei City since last year in order to attend an all-girls high school on the mainland, and is currently back on Kamishima for the summer break. Despite this, she frequently makes trips back to the island on weekends, and has been trying her hand at underwater gathering since the current diving season began. Having long been interested in the Alma lifestyle, her estimated diver rank is 6. However, her teachers have been strongly encouraging her to aim for a national university. She's been friends with Azami, KODOMOi, and Yuza Minakuchi since childhood, with their close rapport making up their differences in the academic years. It was more common to find her playing with 2 boys than girls her own age into middle school. However, since leaving the island to attend high school, she's grown more cautious of their age difference and has put some distance between herself and them. That's fair. You know what? I get it, girl. She hit it off immediately with Sato Shiranami, a girl who came to Kamishima to lodge with the Wakamuras a few months ago, and was looking forward to showing her around the island and helping her adapt to life there whenever she returns home. 18 years ago, her still pregnant mother, Nagisha Ao, moved to Kamishita alone before giving birth to Tsukasa shortly afterwards. Tsukasa subsequently grew up in a single mother household. Although she used to occasionally ask her mother about her father, her questions would always be evaded, so she stopped inquiring. However, the fact that her mother never seemed to have any financial difficulties despite not working has led her to quietly suspect he might be involved in some way. Seriously, Tsukasa? You don't get bragging rights for picking up 2 measly scallops. Sure I do. If that was hard work, you should be praising me. Hey, Yuza, how many scallops did you get on your first dive again? 11, I think. No way, are you kidding me? Guess there's a good reason they call you the patron saint of diving. Aw, dang it. Now my cover's blown. That'll teach me to snag every scallop I see. Anyway, Tsukasa, don't let this get you down. You'll improve over time. Man, I've been diving way longer than you, but you're better than me already. Some people are just born to be alma divers. If you ask me, all that matters is that everyone made it back safe and sound. Okay, Sato. True, you always know the best thing to say, Sato. But for the record, I would have preferred a bigger haul of scallops. Then we could have had a feast. Guess I should have seen that coming. Oh god. Igmatic girl. Sato Shiranami. Oh god, I gotta read about her too. I guess she's important. Okay, she's a house guest, mysterious girl. 3 months ago, Sato suddenly arrived and Kamishita claiming that she was a child of a relative for Wakamura's. Is she like a ghost or a demon or something? I don't trust her already. Oh my gosh. Instead of spending her days holed up in the Wakamura... Oh, no sign of attending school or doing any sort of work. Leading up to many islanders wonder who she is and what she's doing here. Though, those who know Wakamura's high-interest money lending behind the scenes speculate that she might be the daughter of one of his borrowers, sent to work as a domestic servant to pay off a debt. But Sato herself is extremely easygoing and doesn't seem to be bothered by endless rumors. A huge TV fan, she spends much of her time glued to the set in the Wakamura household, with her most recent obsession being soap operas and 2-hour thrillers. Oh, she real for that. However, she isn't fond of period dramas. Oh, also me. She is good friends with Tsukasa Aoi, who is close in age, and the two can often be seen enjoying themselves wandering the island together. Okay, they besties, whatever. It's fine, I guess. So what's the plan for today? Remember, it's up to you. Right. We promise we'd do whatever you wanted today. You name it, we'll make it happen. Now that's more like it. Let's see. First of all, I want us to all go for a swim in the sea. Ah, sounds great. Can't remember the last time we did something like that, just for fun. Right? I want us to forget work and just enjoy the sparkling sea for a change. I haven't brought a new swimsuit for this. You got one picked out too, right, Sato? Sure do. Then after that, when it gets dark, let's set off some fireworks. Ooh, fireworks. Oh god, it's too easy going. Bad things are gonna happen. And then, let's have a barbecue on the beach and cook up everything we caught today. Sounds like a plan. Just leave it to us. Everyone ready? Then let's do this. Way too easy going. I'm worried. Ah, there's a shark and it's coming this way. Better watch out, Azami. That was a close one, Azami. What the heck? I'm a good swimmer, but there's no way I'm good enough to outswim a shark. It's okay. I'll keep you pinned down. Just get out of here while you can. And here, take this fin. It's something to remember me by. Keep it with you always. Sorry, Yuza. I don't really dig shark fins that much. My heart. Oh, that's kind of cute. Look at the sea. It's like there are diamonds floating on the surface. It really sparkles, huh? Wait, no, it really sparkles, huh? Sure is pretty. Aw, that shark's pretty cool. I should have picked a shark instead of a life buoy. But he's having such a blast, I can't bring myself to ask for a ride on it. That's cute. I guess good memory, calm before the storm, whatever. One grilled squid coming right up. Oh, don't throw it. It's piping hot. You're getting squid juice everywhere. Let's see how you like it. Catch this. Ow, 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 that's hot. You did that to yourself. Hey, check out this huge sea snail Tsukasa caught. It's massive. That's right. I may still be a rookie when it comes to scallops, but I got a haul of sea snails to make up for it. So eat up, Azami. Have as many as you want. Hey, can I borrow that lighter? Sure. Some squid too? Oh, so I can just grill it directly? Yeah, that's Kamishima's specialty. Fireworks style squid. Wait, you're actually doing it? Ah, the juice is going everywhere. It burns. Whoops. Sorry, my hand slipped. There it is. The famous Yuza one-man show. They're very cute. But I'm scared of all these memories. Somebody gonna die. Ain't nobody gonna live. I feel like Final Destination. Okay. Was I not supposed to do that? Okay, so I have to choose something else, I think. Oh, right, recollection. Okay. A day before he sets out for the sea, Yuza asks Azami to meet him at the Kante Kisho ruins. Okay. I mean, at least he had a fun day afterward. I see, I see. If you say you want to be an Ama diver, then of course you got my full support. But something tells me you're not just doing this for Suyu. People are bound to talk if you become an Ama diver here. You must have some other reason, one big enough to risk everyone running their mouths. I knew I couldn't hide anything from you, Azami. Huh, wouldn't take me 0.2 seconds to see through one of your lies. So what's up? Tell me everything. Let's look at the surroundings. There are ruins of old wartime building, the Kante Kisho. The building's been abandoned, so hardly anyone ever comes up here, which makes it the perfect place for private meetings. Okay. I can't even. There remains a wartime structure located on top of a hill. Look at the turtle map. I love it. It's constructed to observe the impact points of shells fired from a test firing range operated by the former military ministry of Cape Irigo on the opposite shore. Similar observation faculties were also built on Shugashima Island in Ijika, a town on the Shima Peninsula. Having been abandoned after the Second World War, the observation post has since fallen into disrepair, and the entry is now forbidden to the general public. I like you can get tetanus out here or something, I don't know. Just look for stickers real quick. Any stickers? I'm not seeing any. Just wanted to double check. Don't want to miss any. Okay, I'll talk to him. I should be able to tell Azami everything, right? Hey, Azami. What I'm about to say is going to sound pretty crazy. You still want to hear it? Sure, bring it on. Thanks, I'll come right out and say it then. I'm looking for a mermaid, and I need one by tomorrow. What, you need one? What is this, a school project? Oh, mermaid, huh? And by tomorrow at that. That's going to be tough. I'm being serious. In fact, I've never been more serious. I really do have to find a mermaid by tomorrow. I can tell you're not joking by the look on your face. You got some sort of reason for saying this, right? Come on. I'm listening. Yeah. Thanks, Azami. Let's keep talking. Alright. Is it okay to talk a little bit about the disaster 5 years ago? Ah, the disaster. Huh. Okay. If you're okay with it, sure. I was in middle school at the time, and my parents had taken me into the bay on a little fishing boat. This massive storm came out of nowhere and sank all 3 fishing boats that got caught up in it. I was the only one who survived. Yeah, it was really terrible. Okay. Southern Sea Disaster. A localized storm broke out in the sea of the South Kameshima around 5 years ago, resulting in a marine accident, which in a total of 10 people went missing. 3 fishing vessels that set out to sea from Kameshima were suddenly caught in an unanticipated storm. Let me get some water. Wait. Ugh. Unanticipated storm and floundered, leaving all but one of the 11 fishermen and Ama diver on board missing. When the ships were later dredged up and searched, not a single body was discovered? Okay. I didn't know they disappeared. The sole survivor was Yuza Minakuchi, who was a middle school student. His parents, Tosuke Minakuchi and Mare Minakuchi, as well as Azami Kumoi's father, oh I forgot, he was with him, Koikichi Kumoi, were among the victims. Locals in the area reportedly heard an eerie rumbling from the sea on the morning of the incident. List of casualties. Medium-sized fishing vessel Daiichi Kusoi Maru floundered. Captain Koikichi Kumoi and all 5 crew members reported missing. Small-sized fishing vessel Ome Maru, oh my god, floundered. Captain Yukiji Nishikawa and 1 passenger, identity unknown, reported missing. Three, a small-sized fishing vessel Minakuchi Maru foundered. Captain Tosuke Minakuchi and 1 other crew member reported missing. 1 passenger recovered with sight injuries. Dissociative amnesia due to psychological trauma. The sole survivor. When the boat Minakuchi family was about to sink, Mare and Tosuke put a life buoy on their son and helped him escape the boat before waves engulfed it. Despite the slim chances of survival, Yuza was miraculously found drifting in the sea the next day, still wearing the life buoy, and was successfully recovered. Although he had no external injuries, the shock of the incident has left him in a state of confusion. He has little memory of what happened. After the incident, the accident plunged Kamishima into a state of sorrow. Fishermen and ama divers temporarily stopped fishing to mourn. A memorial was erected in honor of the lost. Perhaps due to his memory loss, the sole survivor Yuza appeared relatively composed in contrast to the grief of those around him. What if he is not alive? Like, okay, I know that some of you didn't get to see it, unfortunately, but what if that thing that was trying to pull him under that he saw was actually the real him? Very much Us vibes, like they're 2 different versions, and him now is like the mermaid. That's why he doesn't have a recollection. I don't know. Just a theory. Anyway, many found this unnerving, and Yuza became increasingly isolated from the rest of the community. Azami Kamoi herself, having lost his father in the incident, tried to support him however he could, reasoning he was still better off than Yuza, who had lost both his parents before his very eyes. As investigations continued, questions arose about what the Minakuchi family had been doing in the vicinity of the disasters, despite not having gone out to fish. Yuza only remembered his parents telling him to come with them, and the purpose of their exertion remains unclear to this day. It was not long before the speculation began that Mare Minakuchi had done something to incur the wrath of the god of sea. The islanders were already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, and were quick to condemn her, citing the sudden localized nature of the storm. In contrast, only words of sympathy were spoken of her husband, Tosuke. As rumors that Mare had brought disaster to Kamishima continued to spread, Yuza's grandmother, Tsuyu Minakuchi, sent him away from the island to board at a high school on the mainland. She had sensed the islanders' resentment beginning to turn towards Yuza, and hoped to shield him from becoming an even greater target of their ire. Even now, 5 years after the incident, feelings of animosity towards Mare Minakuchi remains deeply ingrained in the people of Kamishima, with the truth of the incident still shrouded in mystery. Deep scars and suspicion continue to linger in the hearts of many islanders. This is worrisome. So, what about the disaster did you want to talk about? Well, I've recently started to remember some things about what happened. For real? I know your memories of this disaster were hazy due to the shock. But that's great you're starting to remember. Oh, but I guess it's not exactly something you want to remember, huh? Sorry for getting all fired up. It's okay. It actually hasn't bothered me as much as I thought it would. Thanks for worrying about me, though. It's just that the bits that I remembered are a bit strange, so I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Sorry for keeping quiet up until now. Strange, huh? I can see why you want to keep it to yourself, all things considered. Don't sweat it. So about the accident. When we ran into the storm, our boat got caught in a whirlpool and started to sink. My parents gave me a lifebuoy and lowered me into the water. They were frantic and I was too stunned to do anything but go along with what was happening. I can imagine. That must have been really scary. The waves were knocking me around, so it took everything I had to hold on to the buoy. In the end, I watched as the boat was swallowed by the water and I couldn't do anything else. There wasn't anything you could have done. It wasn't your fault, Yuza. But right after, this huge wave came crashing down on me, and I got dragged down into the depths of the sea, lifebuoy and all. Huh? You got pulled under? But I thought... Yeah, up until now, I thought I managed to miraculously stay afloat until I got rescued. But I remember now. I was pulled down underneath the waves. I remember being caught into the current, tossed about the underwater. I couldn't breathe. I was sure I was going to die there. But then someone grabbed my hand. Are you saying what I think you're saying? I was barely conscious by that point, so it's not like I saw them clearly or anything. But I'm certain someone was there with me. Someone who grabbed hold of me and pulled me to safety. Oh, so you think it was a mermaid? And from what I remember... You're saying they were a mermaid? Exactly. So you were saved by a mermaid. I'm sure of it. It looked exactly what first comes to mind when you think the word mermaid. A real mermaid, huh? But it was an extreme situation, so it's possible I was just seeing things. Which would mean I called you to talk about some hallucination I had. And if that's the case, I'm gonna be super embarrassed. I mean, baby. I mean, you're standing here talking to me now, right? So you must have gotten something out of that situation somehow. I can't imagine any normal person being able to stay afloat in a storm like that. Let alone managing to save someone. Same, you have to be some sort of superhero human or something. Or not human at all. Man, who would have guessed there were mermaids here in Issei? If I was really saved by a mermaid, then I owe them my life. I'd have to thank them in person if possible. Makes sense. So that's why you're looking for them, huh? Well, if you manage to find them, I've got to thank them for saving you too. So I was thinking of heading where the disaster happened and diving there to see if I can find anything. Wait. Are you sure you almost died there? I'll be fine. In fact, since I've never gone there since the disaster happened, I was also thinking I'd like to do something to honor my parents and your dad's memory. Yeah, I'd like at least to offer flowers if nothing else. The others here have always kept their distance. It's not like going there is forbidden or anything. Let's do it. Thanks, Izami. I owe you one. You owe him 6. What do you mean? Going where the fucking disaster was that killed his fucking dad and your parents? You owe him so much. Just checking again for stickers. I don't think there are any. I don't see anybody hiding. Okay. Even though he's got a lot on his plate, Izami agreed to meet up the moment I said something. He's been looking out for me since I came back. I couldn't ask for a better friend. I don't know. Whatever I hear about good friends, I don't trust anything. Because people are bad. I don't trust it. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know what it is. I always feel like they're waiting for the perfect opportunity to do something shady. Okay, leads. But there's no guarantee that a mermaid will still be around there, right? I'm thinking it'd be good to have more of a lead before we head out there. About that, do you mind if I say something crazy? Again? Sure, what's up? You remember my mom, right? Of course I remember Miss Mare. Well, she wasn't originally from Kamishima, but she met my dad when she moved here and ended up marrying him. But even to me, she never really seemed to fit in here. Well, I can't really disagree there. She never really spoke to me too much either. Some people even outright told me not to talk to her, you know? Stuff like that. I guess it's understandable. She didn't really involve herself in the community activities and almost never participated in local events. It felt like she was always keeping her distance from the other islanders somehow. 20 years here and she was still considered an outsider. Yeah, I never knew how to bring that up to you, but I always kind of wondered. Was there some reason for that? Not as far as I know. I mean, she died when I was in middle school. Well, she went missing when I was in middle school. She could be alive. Who knows? Who knows? Also has amnesia. Doesn't know she has a kid. Dad and Gran never seemed to mind, so I figured that's just how she was. But looking back on it, it was pretty weird. Okay. We learned about Mama. Okay. We don't know how old she is. Interesting. Okay. She was declared dead a year later after the both parties found no sign of her. Okay, she arrived. No possessions to her name. Expressing that she had taken a liking to the local environment and wanted to move there. However, she remained tight-lipped about her background, only revealing she was from a small town out in the mountains, as she had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons. Though her request to move to Kamishima was accepted, many islanders remained suspicious of her. After settling, she showed an interest in Amoy lifestyle and eventually took it up after displaying a talent for freediving. Interesting. Acting as an instructor, she grew close to Tosuke. Tsuyu's only son eventually married him. A few years later, the two were going to have a son, whom they named Yusa. Mare was unable to fully shake the air of mystery that surrounded her. Many islanders continued to question whether her presence on the island might cause trouble. Something of a free spirit, her non-conformist ways, and somewhat naive personality meant that she was often absent from local activities, leading to further criticism from a portion of the population. Some also reported frequently spotting her wandering the island after she first moved there, seemingly looking for something, or catching sight of her doing something on the shore in the middle of the night. Fortunately, her mother-in-law, Tsuyu, was a person of no small influence, and no one dared to openly persecute Mare under Tsuyu's watchful eye. The three generations lived peacefully under the same roof for more than 10 years, until it tore them apart. Since her disappearance in the disaster, a growing number of people have accused her of somehow being responsible. She dead, possibly? And y'all just like, it's this bitch's fault. It's her own fault. That's so rude. Well, I guess even though I thought she was a bit of an oddball sometimes, Now that you say it, I think you're getting to be pretty similar to her. What, really? Yeah. What's that saying? March you to the beat of your own drum? You're both like that. Really? I never realized. I've been so blind. A blind fool. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Huh? What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, anyway. Do we have any leads? But why'd you bring up your mom all of a sudden? Well, looking back on it, there's a few things that always bothered me. Oh? For the start, no one ever told me where my mom was from. She was also a natural aba diving, but I never saw her eat any seafood. Interesting. Sometimes at night, she'd suddenly say she wanted to go look around the sea before going out and not coming back for hours. I guess it's all pretty weird, yeah. Not at all. When I was sorting through my mom's belongings, I found this! And it's like a mermaid tail. We usually keep it in the family altar, so I brought it along to show you today. What's this? A fish scale? It's huge. It's gotta be at least 7 or 8 centimeters long. I always figured she held on to it because it was a rare find. But once I remembered the mermaid, I began to wonder. What fish could this scale have come from? I mean, there are big ass fish though. Why is my mom holding on to it? Whoa, hold it right there. You're not saying. I am. The mermaid who rescued me back then was my mom. I think it was my mom. What do you think? I don't know. It's pretty out there. It's pretty out there. Could that even be possible? So your theory is that your mom used to be a mermaid, but she became human so she could live amongst us? Yeah. but she turned back into a mermaid when the disaster happened and wasn't able to come back afterwards. How's that sound? I don't know. After hearing your story, I can't dismiss it either. I mean, I guess that's fair. Whatever. If that's really the case, and my mom really is still out there in the sea somewhere, even in a different form, I was thinking it'd be nice if I could see her again. Might be because they're still treated as missing instead of dead, but it still hasn't really sunk in that my parents are gone. I know what you mean. Sometimes it feels like my pops is just gonna show up at home again like nothing ever happened. Though, even if your mom's still alive, I guess it'd be hard for her to show up if she's back in her mermaid form now. If my mom really does have some sort of connection to mermaids, then maybe that was the reason she never really fit in here. Might clear up any mistaken impressions others had of her anyway. I see. So you think that by trying ama diving, like your mother did, you might be able to find something out. Maybe if you're lucky, you'd run into a mermaid in the process. Yeah. And if I really am descended from mermaids somehow, it's possible that diving might awaken something in me. Oh right, I hadn't thought of that. I guess if your legs suddenly become fins, we'll know for sure you're a second generation mermaid. Okay, I think I got the gist of what you want to do now. Thanks for understanding, Azami. I haven't been happy with how people have been treating you since the disaster either, and what they say about your mom. If there's anything I can do to clear the air, I want to help. Thanks, I appreciate it. Though I don't know how people will react if you suddenly start talking about mermaids. Might be best to be quiet about that part for now and just say you're looking into your mom. What do you think? Yeah, I think that would be best. Great, now we got that settled. How about we head out tomorrow morning? Sound good to you? Yep, I've been doing some training in secret, so I'm all set. Okay, do we keep talking or what to do next? Still having find a mermaid by tomorrow is pretty sudden. What's with the tight deadline? Well, sorry, I can't say now. If we manage to find one, I'll explain everything, I promise. Well, as long as you tell me later, it's good. Oh, here's an idea. If you're in that much of a rush, how about we talk to Tsukasa and Sato? Maybe they'll be able to help out. I wonder. It would be nice to have more help. But I wonder, would they even believe me? The whole thing's pretty crazy after all. Besides, Tsukasa's going back to the mainland soon. I'd hate to bother her now. True. Still knowing Tsukasa, she might be surprisingly on board with the whole thing. See? I knew he'd be here. Whoa, speak of the devil. Ah, when did you two get here? Oh, talking about something you didn't want us to hear, were you? Boys will be boys, I guess. Hey, you got us all wrong. We weren't talking about anything like that. Yeah, you gotta hear me out, Tsukasa. I was powerless to resist. I refused at first, but Azami insisted and... Oh, tell me more. You might as well admit it, Yuza and Sato. What's with the sudden keen interest? God, let's calm it down, okay? It's not like that. We're having a perfectly normal conversation. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Don't just brush me off. You're getting pretty worked up, Azami. Don't act all innocent. You're the one who caused this mess, you know. Sorry to interrupt your fun, but I really did have something to say. Folks are worried you haven't shown up to the association meeting, Azami. You should probably get going. Oh, damn, the meeting. It totally slipped my mind. Sorry, Yusa, I gotta go for now, but I'll get in touch later. No problem. Thanks for coming, even though you're so busy. Guess we'll be on our way then. Sorry, we got some important business of our own to handle. We won't be able to help out with whatever you're up to. Are you kidding? Okay. Okay, now we got recollection. Okay. Interesting. So, did you guys hear what we were talking about? Only the part where my name come out. I don't want to be nosy, though. Well, thanks for coming all the way out here to get Azami. I don't know what you guys are up to, but sure, you've piqued my interest. Be sure to tell me about it later, okay? Anyway, see ya. Come on, Sato. Roger. Oh, one more thing. You better not forget about the day after tomorrow. Tell Azami you better remember too. Sure, I'll tell him later. Alright. Oh, Sato. I wonder if she's a mermaid. Okay, her eyes are slightly different. It doesn't look like they're related in any way, but I don't know. Having gone close, Suya tells Sato that she has... Oh no, Tsukasa tells Sato she has something important to discuss. Sato, you got a second? Huh? I was hoping to get a bit of advice. Thing is, you're the only one I can really talk to about this. Sure, what's up? If you got a problem, leave it to me. Kameshima's living, walking, talking encyclopedia. Wow, that's a pretty impressive title, Miss Encyclopedia. Although I think the walking, talking kind of implies you're living already. Either way, I hope we can help. You know that even if it kills me, I'll squeeze every last brain cell I've got to help you, Tsukasa. Right, but you're supposed to be living, Encyclopedia, so don't go dying on me. Thank you for being there, though. Come on, let's go somewhere else where no one is around then. Jewel Street. Pardon me a moment, ladies. Yes? Minas? Yeah, sorry for the trouble. I was hoping to get some directions. Oh, are you here sightseeing? Welcome to Kameshima. I don't trust her immediately. I'm afraid it's not quite as relaxing as sightseeing. We're looking for the Wakamura residence. Would you happen to know where it is? The Wakamura residence? May I ask who you are? Of course. Please pardon my manners. My name is Yumeko Shiki, a housewife from over in Tokyo. Oh, a housewife. And here is Soto Kiryu. He's something like an assistant to me. My pleasure. Soto Kiryu. Okay. Thank you. How are you, baby kitten? How are the little ones? Housewife? I don't believe you're a housewife. You lying bitch. Look at, you see the marks on her neck? I don't trust her. I don't trust her. Okay, he visited on side. Oh, he's 25. Okay, we got your age. I don't trust you other than that. Oh, you must be guests for the old man. The Wakamura home is just up the slope after you head through that alley. Bit of a maze, though. Want me to show you? Ah, so it was that way. Thank you, but I believe we can manage from here. Believe it or not, we've been running all around the region. We're quite used to the area now. Oh! Okay, I don't like that at all. Got it. Take care then. Ma'am, is something the matter? Nothing. I'll tell you later. We'll be on our way then. Sorry for stopping you. I wonder if I didn't press the recollection thing, which you have still made that face. Those two have a really strange vibe. The old man sure gets a lot of unusual guests. Yeah, there was something about them. Don't you think that's the kind of aura that sorcerers would give off? Ugh, I know what you're getting at. I've heard those rumors too. Everyone's saying that the old man Wakamura has been super reliant on some shady sorcerer lately. Okay, Shinbu Wakamura. He's 55. Local magnate. Okay. Most influential person on Kameshima. Although born to an ordinary fishing family on the island, he entered his 20s during the post-war economic boom. And through tireless work and juggling multiple side jobs, he managed to amass a small fortune over the years. He went on to invest this fortune into a development of Kameshima, not only upgrading its fishing equipment, but also improving the island's infrastructure to entice business to set up shop on the island. Efforts that have earned him the appreciation of people all over the island. He currently holds many key positions on the island. Let me see. Including serving as the head at the Kameshima's Fishery Corporation Association. It is said that his appointment as the next mayor of Kameshima is all but confirmed. Okay. Do that. Okay. Although admired for, the housewife has a secret vampire craving for blood. I love that. Maybe. You never know. His personality leaves much to be desired. Many stories of him using force to get things his way. He's high-handed in his dealings, aware that his position makes him difficult to oppose him. Having moved to his main home and base of operations, there are an abundant rumors that he has added loan sharking and land grabbing to the list. Ooh. It said that he recently became an ardent devotee of a certain famous sorcerer in Tokyo, and often relies on their guidance when making decisions. Interesting. They said they're from Tokyo. Maybe they really are sorcerers. I don't know. Ay. Sorry guys, my allergies are acting up. Probably because I have a cat in here. I got Gigi in here. Ugh, whatever. Come on, Soto, let's go. I guess we're going to the bay. That's kind of far, ain't it? Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, this spot works fine. So, I'm actually about to talk about it. I'm getting nervous. Okay, let's think about it. Ask me for advice. Something must really be weighing on her. She's usually so quick to decide and act on anything. This is rare. Looking for stickers. That is really pretty here, though. This bay is quite hard to find, so hardly anyone comes here, including tourists, which makes it a great place to talk in secret. Now that we're here to talk, she suddenly looks like she can't get the words out. Maybe I should be the one to nudge and ask for my side. Alright, you said you wanted some advice. Let's hear it. How can I help you, Miss Tsukasa? Well, I do want your advice, but I'm not really sure where to start. Wow, I guess this really isn't an easy topic for her. In that case, let me start off with another topic to loosen her up. Talk about TV shows. Oh, Tsukasa, that reminds me. Did she cast a 2-hour suspense drama the other day? Ah, right, you said you were looking forward to it. I didn't see it. Ma was watching a period drama. Darn. That actor you like had a good part. Turned out to be the killer, though. Aw, I wish I could have watched it. You did just spoil it, though. Wish we had a VCR like yours. You can record music shows and watch them over and over. That sounds amazing. Not many houses on the island have one, though. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a luxury, but being able to record and keep TV programs is the best. You love TV way more than I do. It's great you can enjoy them whenever you like. Summer break? I guess you'll be heading back to the mainland now that Obon holiday is over. Yeah, I head back to my boarding school in 3 days, so I've only got until the day after tomorrow to take it easy. Right, time sure flies by. I'm really gonna miss ya. Me too, only 2 days left, huh? 2 days left, what am I gonna do? I guess whatever she wants advice on is time sensitive. Alright, just ask about the advice. Yeah, about that. How do you even put this? Looks like she hasn't loosened up yet. Oh my gosh. Talk more about TV shows? You really can't get enough of your TV. Huh? You think I watch too much? How much did you watch this summer? Well, I guess I'm pretty much always watching TV whenever I'm at home. Nice. You should thank old man Wakamura for letting you watch as much as you want. We hardly ever watch TV at the boarding school. Even at home, always fighting over what to watch with Ma. Makes it so damn hard for me to keep up with the conversations at school, you know? TV's just got too much influence on everyone. Can't blame them either. It's pretty fun. Summer break? So the plans you're talking about for the day after tomorrow. I guess it's a get-together with the others before you head back, right? Yeah, that's right. Plans with Izami and Yuza. I couldn't give them much time on this trip, so I figured they might be feeling a bit left out. Makes sense. They're pretty close friends. Totally. Even grown up, they still do the dumbest stuff. Just can't leave them be. Maybe I should leave you all to enjoy it without me then. No way! They're the lucky ones to have someone as cute as you come along with me. Man, I can't believe summer break's already coming to an end. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah. TV shows. I saw something on the morning news. Yeah, what happened? They said an Ama diver on the mainland went missing at sea. Yeah, I saw that too. I hope they find her safe. Apparently they're still searching. But it goes to show how dangerous being an Ama diver is. Yeah. Even I've had a couple of moments out there that I've been way too close. When the catch is right in front of you, it's easy to think you could go a little bit further and end up pushing it too far. Sounds scary. You should be careful out there. Now that I think about it, a while back, there's a story about old human bones found on the seabed near Toba. Whoa, I never heard about that one. That really happened? Creepy. Maybe it was someone who went missing at sea. I just hope it isn't like a curse or anything. Yeah, the sea can be pretty scary. The Ama grannies always told us, we islanders live at sea. Never forget how fearsome it can be. That's why Ama divers wear charms and mind the proper rites, right? Yeah, gratitude, manners, and restraint towards the sea can never be forgotten. That's the first thing they teach you when you start diving. Okay, I think that's it. Nope, it's not. You know, Sato, compared to when you first arrived, you really brightened up. Maybe thanks to all the TV. Oh, was that gloomy before? Yeah, up until a month ago, it felt like there was a little cloud hanging over you whenever we spoke. Like you were kind of depressed all the time, like nothing in the world really mattered to you. Oh, that's why I came off? Sorry for being such a downer. Yeah, I didn't crack jokes like you do now anyway. But this year, way better. Having fun stuff going on really brought you to life. Makes sense. I'll try to keep up the positivity. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I'll just say it. Go ahead. So the thing is, I think I like someone. Is it Yuzo? Alright, go on. We'll hardly get to see each other anymore now on. I want to tell him how I feel while I'm still on the island. Makes sense. I'll help whoever I can. As Kamishima's living encyclopedia, I've seen this all on TV. I'll probably know a thing or two that can help for sure. You don't sound that confident, which kind of makes me a little nervous, but I can tell you mean it. Thanks. I just really don't know what to do. So, which of the two is the lucky guy? Well, who do you mean? No, wait, don't tell me you think I like Azami or Yuza. Wait, you mean it's not one of those? Me falling for one of them? Not a chance. They're basically like brothers. I could never picture a romantic relationship with them. Oops, sorry, I just assumed. I call myself the living, walking, and talking encyclopedia and brag all I've seen on TV, but I guess I really don't know anything. Sorry, this is so embarrassing. I'll go die now. Whoa, don't sweat it. Really, no dying. But then who is it? No point dragging it out, I'll just tell you. It's Taro. He's handsome, but also looks like a douche, I guess. Oh, Mr. Wakamura-san? I see. He's sincere, smart, and pretty handsome. I can see why you like him. Right? He's back visiting the island at the moment, but he usually goes to university in Tokyo. I've secretly admired him for ages, but I always thought he saw me as a kid. I figured he'd never be interested, but now I go to school on the mainland by myself, and I'm even working as an Ama diver. I think he might be able to see me more as an adult now. Girl, you're still 17. How old is he? I guess that makes sense. So you want to let him know how you feel while he's still on the island. Maybe it's just one-sided on my end, but I can't keep these feelings bottled up. Then tell him I'm with you. 21. Oh, God, he's 20. You're 17. 4 years older than you. I don't like it. Okay. A local Kamishima magnate, due to his father's influence, he was pampered by those around me from an early age. But he grew up to be pleasant and sincere young man despite the attention. I don't know. His collar's up pretty high. I don't know about that. He has been blessed with sharp intellect, good looks, and a variety of talents. He's currently attending a university in Tokyo and is back on Kamishima for summer break. Okay. Okay, let me look at the surroundings again. Sound of the waves and the cicada surrounding us is your typical summer day. Okay, let's talk about Shotaro. You're staying with the Wakamotos right now, right? Yeah? Know anything about him that might help? I'm afraid Miss Encyclopedia might not have that kind of info. You don't have much info at all, do you? I mean, he's honestly not home most of the time, so there's a lot I don't know about him. Feels like he's always got something going on, checking in on folks all over the island. Like, I don't suppose you know if he has a girlfriend in Tokyo or anything. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid. Tokyo's packed with beautiful girls, right? A guy like him won't be left alone for long. Well, from what I've seen, I haven't noticed him keeping in touch with anyone. Then what about what he likes? Something he'd be happy to get? Let me think. Nothing's coming to mind at all. I really may as well go die somewhere. Come on, don't say that. Thinking it through with me is more than enough. Gotta stop joking about dying sometimes. I want to tell him how I feel the day after tomorrow. What do you think I should do? How about this? I'm pretty sure I can ask Shotaro to meet us somewhere. I'll organize that for now, and we can plan from there. How does that sound? Sounds good. Thank you so much, Sato. Alright, at Tori Gate. So, we kicked around ideas for the whole way back, but in the end, writing a love letter and handing it to him is the best call. That's your plan, right? Yep, since way back when, the tried and true way has always been a love letter. A classic method. I like it. You're heading out to dive tomorrow morning, right? Yeah, weather's looking good. Alright, then I'll ask him to come at the bay a little afternoon. That work for you? Yeah. I just need to have the letter ready by tomorrow. Hey, can you look it over before you give it to him? Of course. I'll fix it up even if it kills me. Thanks. I'll write it even if it kills me too. Ah, I'm so nervous already. Hey, you two over there. Oh my god. Is that who I think it is? It's the hottie. Ah, it is. It's Shotaro. Whoa, speak of the devil. Hey, sorry to interrupt. He's totally glowing as usual. Is something wrong? Have you seen Izami? He didn't show up for today's association meeting. Oh, I see. I haven't seen him today. I think I know where he is. I'll go get him. Oh, you do? No, I could count on you, Tsukasa. I'll let you handle it then. Sure, no problem. Her whole face. Oh man, he called me by my name. I'm so fired up right now. Let's do this. Yeah, let's. First off, let's find those two. Bet they're up by the Kante Kisho ruins. Let's go, Sato. Right behind you. Okay. They head to the coast after receiving a report of a strange corpse found there. Oh. Interesting. Mrs. Shiki, there you are. Thank you for calling. Sorry for calling you all the way out here. Not at all. Thank you for bringing the case to our attention. I hear you've got an unusual corpse on your hands. Well, forensics aren't here yet. I honestly don't know whether it can be called a corpse or not. But I do know that it'll stir trouble for anyone that catches sight of it. So right now, we're just trying to keep the busybodies away. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. I'm glad it happened while you were still here, though. What with you being from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police and all. Ah, so she's a detective. Masaru Ide. Where's our cadaver then? Still in the water over there where it was found. Feel free to go in and examine it. Over there? I see. Oh, wow. Let me look for stickers. Stickers? This is Fatami Gaura. The coastline is just north of Ise City. It's a pretty popular location for tourists, and there are several beaches nearby as well. So a bunch of people are milling about. It certainly is an impressive sight. It's too bad we couldn't come here as simple tourists. What do we gotta say? Okay, name of the stretch. Okay. Futami Town. So named during the events of this story. has since it's been merged with Ise City in the Watarai district of Mie Prefecture, as much as the Ishishima National Park. It's been designed as a place of scenic beauty and considered one of the most scenic spots in Japan. Okay. The name Futamigaura is said to originate from a visit to the area by Yamato Hime mo Mikoto. According to the legend, the area's beauty caused her to look down upon it, leading to Futami, look twice, become a part of his name. That's mean. That's an awful fucking name. Ooh, fishing ability. Okay. Sound of the waves and the buzz of the onlookers fills the air. I suppose it is inevitable that the police being around would draw people's attention. I just hope it doesn't cause a commotion. Okay, he's worked with me as an assistant for a long time, though he makes his living as a psychic detective. He's not officially with the police, but with my assignments being what they are, he has special permission to accompany me on the investigations. I like that. I honestly like, even though you never can tell who's really a psychic, I like the fact that psychics are being involved. That's fun. That's fun. Okay. No permanent residence. Instead of traveling through the country for training, resolving any metaphysical incidents has come across, something that led him to gaining his current moniker with the industry. Though he has a calm and taciturn personality and is possessed of a sharp mind, he is surprisingly sensitive by nature. Aww. However, this trait doesn't extend to mercy towards spirits or other phenomena, which he often ends up subduing by force. Curses, the ability to use particular curses to inflict harm or otherwise negative effects on others. Effects range from force ability, bind a target in place and dealing fatal wounds. The stronger the curse is, the greater the burden. Shagan, the ability to see the face of the deceased individual from their remains, allowing for a recreation of their features via a portrait sketch. Only a small piece of the deceased remains are necessary to use this ability. However, enough of the thoughts and desires of the dead individuals must remain for it to be effective. The Feast of Shadows, the ability to create a domain with the potency and range of certain types of spiritual abilities are increased, only effective at night. Soto himself is able to create a domain for up to 1 kilometer of range. Soto's family runs a small shrine dedicated to a certain Onmyoji from the Shingoku period. This Onmyoji is said to be the ancestor of the Kiryu family, which may explain why their bloodlines produce many individuals with a strong spiritual sense over the years. Oh, okay. Soto was born with an exceptionally potent spirit sense, even within his lineage, leading to his abilities catching the attention of legendary psychic Itensai Shiki. When he was 8 years old, Itensai subsequently took him under his wing as his protege. Okay. And Sato underwent rigorous training under his watchful eye, even though he's quick to respond when summoned by his mentor's wife, Yumeko Shiki, and often supports her during her work. He has a keen interest in swords and extremely knowledgeable about blades from all other countries and eras. Oh, so he's autistic. Got it. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's a mermaid. Oh my god. So this is the corpse in question, is it? Unusual is one word for it. It's all dried up now, almost like it's been mummified. Apart from that, it's pretty safe to say this is a mermaid, right? Let's take a closer look. As you can see, this no doubt has a human head. That's the main reason we went ahead and was treating it as a corpse. That makes sense. I can't imagine anyone would have seen a creature like this before, after all. If it really is a mermaid, wouldn't this be a pretty huge discovery? It's not the sort of thing we'll be able to make public, that's for sure. I don't suppose we have any way of confirming their identity. Their identity, huh? Given the state of the body, it would probably be difficult to confirm based on facial features, but we might have a chance using dental records. Though that would depend on if they ever had a dental exam. I see, that makes sense. It would seem like the fish half of the body begins from the shoulders downward. All the mermaids I've heard of have had the fishtail start from the waist down. If it's fake, maybe whoever made it didn't go do their research? Really, several mermaids described in old Japanese legends had their face as the only human part, though. Seriously, I guess that makes me the one who didn't do the research then. The body's lower half is identical to a fishtail. If this was a fish, it'd be a pretty huge one. If this is really a corpse, I wonder when they died. I doubt their body would have ended up dissected, if it had been in the sea this whole time. You think there's a possibility that they died, shriveled up into a mummy state like that, then their body fell into the sea and got washed up here? Makes for quite the enigma, that's for sure. Honestly, I'm leaning it towards it being fake of some kind. What do you think? It's true that many of the mermaid mummies discovered were ultimately found to be man-made in origin. Okay. Mermaid mummy, interesting. Relics believed. Either the embalmed or mummified remains of mermaids are preserved in temples throughout Japan, although several are said to bestow blessings such as eternal youth and longevity or sound health. They are treated as objects of worship. In the 70s, some garnered so much attention that being featured on TV, people traveled en masse to see them, prompting some temples and shrines to discontinue public viewings. Mermaid mummies have also been documented in their countries. In 1800s, the exhibit of mermaid mummies as exotic curios became a widespread phenomenon. Though these mummies originally were believed to be genuine, subsequent analysis revealed fibers from materials such as wood, paper in their composition, exposing them to be man-made in origin. The quality of some mermaid mummies crafted in Japan through the Edo period was particularly high, with several being widely circulated, especially in Europe. However, the revelation that many of these mermaids were man-made does not disprove the existence of mermaids. Debate on that topic continues even today. Interesting. Okay. You won't find me complaining if it is. No need to investigate a fake corpse after all. Maybe that's me being too optimistic though. We'll just have to see about that, won't we? There's no sign of external wounds. I can't see anything that could have caused their death at least. When I first saw this expression, I thought they must have died in unbelievable agony. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like they look almost satisfied. Could just be my imagination though. Satisfied, huh? Double check everything. Okay. Do we know what the situation was when the corpse was found? I just got it as well, so I'm not clear on the details myself. But from the sounds of it, a local civilian happened to cross it about an hour ago as they were passing by. They got us on the scene immediately, so no one else should have seen it. That's a relief. We don't want people working themselves into a frenzy over this. Where's that local now? We got someone taking their statement in a nearby police box. I'll let you know when we get more info here. Please do. What do you think? Is there anything that stands out to you so far, Soto? I'd like to get a better grasp on the details if we're saying anything, I think. If we really do have a mermaid on our hands, do you think all those stories about becoming immortal from eating mermaid flesh were true? Oh, so you're curious about that too, Detective. Well, I don't know if I actually want to eat it, though. Living forever doesn't necessarily mean you'll be happy, you know? Besides, I can't say the thought of eating meat from this thing is all that appealing. I suppose that's a natural response, but there are plenty of people who would be interested in getting their hands on this corpse for that exact reason. I can see that. We might even have more people fighting over it if it gets out. All the more reason to try and keep it hidden. Just checking everything. Oh good, there's police officers. The local police have the area closed to make sure bystanders can't get too close. Looks like there's bystanders down there. Talk to you again. I think I have a decent grasp of the situation. What's your opinion? First of all, based on the state of the corpse, I can say that this is another case of the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Some of the residual curse energy is still lingering around the body, just as expected. I suppose that's no surprise. What was that just now? I'll try to explain our reasoning of the case so far. I realize this may sound a bit absurd, but please bear with us. The corpse is neither fake, nor could it be called a mermaid. It is the remains of a human, one transformed into a fish as a result of the curse. What? A former human? And a curse? That's really hard to know what to say to that. One thing's for sure, I'm not going to fly in the case report by myself. Mind explaining a bit more? Of course. We'll start with an explanation of our circumstances then. I'll leave you to handle it. Of course, leave it to me. In return, I'll be counting on you to handle the report. Confound it. Talk about the department. First, I suppose I should start with a brief explanation of the department I work for. Well, aren't you from some secret department in the security division over in Tokyo? Are you sure you should be telling me something like that? I'm not going to get caught up in any troublesome business if you do, am I? No need to worry. I doubt anything will come from that, probably. Our work is mostly kept secret because it is something of a pain to find people who will accept, let alone understand, the circumstances each time. But you've been very supportive so far, so I can't imagine that'll be a problem. Well, if you really insist, go ahead, I guess. As you say, my department is indeed part of the security division. Its proper name is the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. The PAB, if you will. The PAB. We had this in the last game. We don't really know too much about it, but we know that it exists because of this. Okay, only a handful of people know its existence. There are only 5 members in the unit, including the chief. Current chief is Kuru Nagagoshi. Yeah, we had him in the last game. Said to be born of a family of psychics involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations. Kiddo's exclusive figure if you have met him in person, and he's rarely spotted in the office. It's said this is because he is often the target of curses. However, some theorize that it's because he's not actually a flesh and bone human. Some going as far to question whether he really exists. His seat in office is usually occupied by his familiar, Anue, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. The Anue resembles an ordinary white's thrush. I gotta look up what a white's thrush is. Hold on. Thrush. Oh, it's a bird. Okay, it's like a little cute brown bird. Okay. Let's see. Acts as his messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of the officers reporting their findings to a bird. Okay, well, it told me, but serves as a code name. The Nagagoshi case serves as a code name. Okay. Jeez, the PAB? Huh? Although, if this is really a case of spiritual phenomenon causing harm around the place, I guess it's not hard to believe there'd be some sort of organization to deal with them within the police force. Precisely. I'm glad you're so quick on the uptake. Well, after seeing that corpse over there, there's not much else to do but believe, you know? Does that mean you have a spiritual sense or some other psychic powers? Not to any notable degree, I'm afraid. As I mentioned, I'm primarily a housewife. If you ask me, I'd rather sort this all out and get back to my husband as soon as possible. Is this the wife of the last police officer that we had? No, because his wife and him aren't together anymore. Right. Soto here was my husband's protege when he used to work as a psychic, though. He helps me out on any work I'm assigned to. I'm responsible for handling any spiritual work that comes up, yes. Spiritual work, huh? Hearing you say that makes it feel like another job. Really makes me feel like we're talking about an industry entirely. But if you're really just a housewife, Miss Shiki, why are you working for a special unit like that? I know it's none of my business, but if your husband's a psychic, wouldn't this all be more his line of work? True, personally, I'd rather our roles were reversed. But there are several reasons why, unfortunately, that can't be the case. I see. I don't know your circumstances, but it sounds pretty tough. Either way, I should be good to put this down as paranormal affairs case, right? That should be fine. You can leave the rest of the investigation to us. We'll also handle the report. Most specifically, Soda will. Look at his face! He's like, no the fuck I won't. Excuse me, miss? Really? Thanks, that's a great help. He is so stunned. Not again. Well, you didn't want to get involved in explaining anything, so now you gotta write a report. She balances her work as a housewife and full-time employee. Okay. She is a refined lady in appearance. Free spirit personality. She has no interest in too bothersome to take seriously. Oh, no, wait. Gotta wipe my nose. Okay. She adores her husband, swooning in adoration whenever the topic turns to him. She's also viewed in affection by her coworkers who call her ma'am. Out of the 5 current full-time members of the PAP, Yumiko alone lacks any peculiar metaphysical abilities, despite possessing a meager degree of spiritual sense. Even so, she's chosen to be the Bureau's elite unit for very particular reasons only known by a handful of people close to her. Okay. There's one other member. Oh no, it was Tetsuo Sumi. Yeah, that was the last one. Occasionally worked on a case together. She always pairs up with freelance detective Soto Kido, giving all paranormal related procedures and often her must-to-please paperwork to him. That's what you get. Okay, psychic by the name of Itensai Shiki. Okay. I'm learning. Another thing. Okay, I know what psychics are. Harmful spiritual phenomena cause unwanted offense by interfering with nature, tampering with human body or mind, are called curses. Ability to sense. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, think. We originally came to Mie from Tokyo to investigate another case. But with so many other incidents occurring, I can't help but get the sinking feeling something troublesome is about to happen. Detective Ide has been a huge help for us so far. He might just be able to reveal some of our circumstances to him. That's true. That's fair. You got some help. He has his gaze fixated on the corpse ever since we got here. I suppose he's curious to know what led to his current state. Okay, do I talk to you continuously? Spiritual sense, I guess. I find myself wondering if I have a bit of spiritual sense as well. There have been times I've caught sight of some strange things when walking down the road at night. When I look into it later, I find out that the place I walked by had been the site of an incident or something alike. Oh, that might be the real deal then. It's definitely a possibility. I would advise not going too close of anything you see of that nature. It becomes easier for them to target you if they realize you're aware of them, you see. Geez, what will happen then? Guess I'd end up possessed or something. There's a danger that, in the event you are possessed, you may find yourself afflicted by headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Memory problems and impaired thinking are also not unheard of. Headaches, muscle stiffness definitely rings a bell. I hope it isn't the work of some spirit. Do people have their personalities taken over while possessed too? It may be possible that spirits who had a very close relationship with their target, such as if they were siblings or were parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. The negative effects I just mentioned are primarily caused by two parties not being in sync. That's good to know, I think. If a spirit were able to successfully possess someone, it would only be able to pressure them to behave in ways that wouldn't be unusual for the individual to question. I see. But in that case, there's a way of knowing you're behaving the way of your own will or not. Exactly. Hence the prevalence of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. That's how things work there. As far as I know, I haven't been having any problems like that so far. So I think I should be fine. Okay. I can keep talking on. Oh god, I have to keep talking about this bridge. Can we get to the point? Okay, it's more troublesome than it's worth somehow. Okay. Curses. I wouldn't have thought that there's a curse out there that could turn people into fish. It only half works, so the victim ended up looking like a mermaid. That's bound to cause misunderstandings. The curse is originally meant to turn a person's whole body into that of a fish, you see. But the victim died before the transformation was complete, so it stopped before it could reach that point. Interesting. Okay. So, curses only work if you're still alive. That's good to know. At least in this world, you know. The vast majority of mermaids discovered over the years are either man-made fakes or victims of the same curse. To be honest, part of me was kind of excited when I first saw what it looked like. I thought that there could mean there really are mermaids out there, you know? Exactly like the ones you hear in stories. I'm afraid we can neither confirm nor deny these things. I get why you're asking about the corpse's identity now. It's because you realize they used to be human, right? That's right. Very recently, too. The transformation likely happened yesterday or even earlier today. What, that recently? Someone really could have ended up in a state like this just after a day? They certainly could. Seriously, these curses sure are scary. I'll get forensics to take a look when they get here then. Please do. The investigator in question has worked on paranormal affair cases before, so they shouldn't need explanation. Alright, the case from yesterday. Got it. That should save us some effort then. Okay. Again? Curse one day, a mummified corpse the next. Sure is a scary world we live in. So, does that mean you came all the way to Mie because you knew something like that was going to happen? Oh, that's awfully perceptive of you, detective. I suppose you could say that, yes, at the very least. This situation hasn't come to a huge surprise. Ah, if that's the case. Recollection. What's the book? I didn't finish reading. Okay, thank you. Wait. Is the body from the other day one of those cases too? Ah. Seriously, that does sound like a pain to deal with. I bet our chief knew all about this when he assigned you to the case. If it lessens the burden, you've been a great help to us so far, detective. I don't mind the occult stuff. I've been asking all these questions out of curiosity. But it's probably best I don't get involved in this paranormal business, right? You must have a good reason for keeping it under wraps after all. I think that would be wise, yes. Okay. Okay, detective for the police department. He's acting my point of contact. Okay. Very good at not prying into peculiars. Okay. That's probably why they chose him. Ma'am? Huh? What is it? Perhaps I can use my Shigan ability to see if it produces any results. Oh, that's an excellent idea. I almost forgot why we had such a handy trick up our sleeves. Shagan? What does that do? Patience, detective. You will see soon or left. Right. There. It's done. So it went well, did it? Well done, Soto. What is this about, then? Soto can see the face of the deceased from a piece of their remains, however small. He can see a sketch of their features based on what he saw. So that's how you get the sketch of the victim from that other case. That ability like that would be priceless if only we could use it on the force, you know. Well, I hear it doesn't always work, so it's unfortunately not foolproof. What did our victim look like? It is his mom! That sucks. I think it might be faster to see for yourself. This face. It's Somaikawa. Somaikawa? You can't mean. Okay. Alright, let's go look at the other one. Oh, look at him. He looks so cheeky. Welcome, ma'am. I've been waiting for you. The site where the bones were found is a little ways offshore from this beach. He went ahead and started the investigation, I see. Thanks for that. Not at all. You clearing everything with the local police meant that all I had to do was arrive and inspect the remains myself. To get straight to the point, there's no doubt signs of a curse that were clearly evident. Skeletal remains are tied to a supernatural event. Ah, it seems I was right to trust my intuition on this one. Alright, let me hear the full report. Understood. looking for stickers. Not seeing any. It's the town of Ijika in Toba City. The area is a historic place for its Amo drivers. Oh, I know it well. It's also famous as the filming location for one of Japan's most well-known monster films. I wouldn't know about that myself, ma'am, but you seem unusually well-versed in that area. Those old tokusatsu films are the best. You should watch them for yourself, Soto. As you wish. I will look into it. Okay. It said that its hollow in the center of the island was so reflective to resemble a mirror. Interesting. It's well-known spot to watch the sunrise. Okay. Anyway, back to the investigation. What did it look like? Show me the remains. To begin, shall review the details of the case. Is that really necessary? Summarizing would help us notice something we missed. Not a day goes past I don't admire your diligence, Soto. My thanks. I strive to be brief. A few days ago, a fisherman off the coast here hauled up a long rod-like object. It resembled a human bone, so he notified the police. That was 10 days ago. So he fished it up completely by chance. Following that, the police conducted an underwater investigation of the surrounding area. They discovered multiple skeletal remains in the fissure beneath the rocks. All the remains were already severely deteriorated, with each being several years to several decades old. Okay, so it could be everybody that died in the thing. As a result, forensics struggled to identify the victims. There's just too little to go on. Only fragments of the skull remained. Facial reconstruction was not entirely possible. Hardly surprising in such a state. Still, with your ability, we hardly need facial reconstruction, do we? Indeed, I'll report my discovery shortly. Can't you just speak on it now? Play with me. You better get to it. You know, one possibility comes to mind. Will you humor me? Please, go ahead. I wonder if those skeletal remains could be the victims of the Kamishime Southern Sea disaster from 5 years ago. Regrettably, that is not the case. Okay, it's not them. Oh, darn it. Please don't sound so defeated. Forensics confirmed 5 bodies in total. They said that each of them had decomposed over different lengths of time. Oh, meaning they didn't die at the same time. Correct. The most recent appears to date back 6 years ago. The others go back 10 years before that. The other 10, another 10, and another 10, and so on. So roughly 1 body every 10 years. Indeed, I imagine that any older remains may have decayed entirely, which means someone could have been using that fissure as a place to dump corpses for decades. It's surrounded by rock and minimal currents in the area. It's unlikely they drifted here naturally. Had that bone not been fished up by chance, we would have never known. In other words, it was an ideal site to quietly dispose of bodies. So this is no accident. Someone did this. I imagine quite some resentment must have piled up over the years. Indeed, but I've already cleansed the lingering resentment in the area. Leading such resentment to fester could lead to a curse manifesting after all. Efficient as always. My thanks. Keep talking to me! Okay, he has my complete trust. I shouldn't rely, but he's good at noticing the final details. I don't want him to die. I feel like he will die. One point of concern that remains to be common. Each body bore a clean, precise cut. Clearly severed? Severed? You're saying they were sliced straight through at the bone? Exactly. Each one was sliced through the bone. All with a clean cut as smooth as the last. Forensic noted that they were reproducing such uniform cuts that would be extremely difficult. Even with industrial equipment, such precision would have been unachievable decades ago. Huh. One possible explanation is that the master swordsman, wielding a razor-sharp katana, cleaved each of them in a single stroke. Yeah, that would certainly explain it. But warriors don't exactly run around with swords in this day and age. Which brings us to the possibility of a curse, I suppose. Correct. If the cuts were made by supernatural means, the rules change. As it turns out, there were traces of a curse at each of the severed points. Interesting. It was just a matter of time until we found one. Also, for the briefest moment, I glimpsed a curse echo that looked like a warrior in armor. A curse echo in armor? Yes, judging from the crest on its armor, And given our location, it appears the curse to be tied to Heike. 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 No, I'm not familiar. The Heike, I'm not too sure. The Heike were a branch of Taira clan, a warrior family who rose to power at the end of the Heian period. From their base in the Ise province, they expanded their influence, reaching great heights under Taira no KODOMOi. But in their pride, they were defeated by the Genji, in what is now known as the Ginpei War. Ah, yes, of course, I knew that. The tale of the Heike preserved by just how prosperous they were before they fell. Many who lived through the downfall carry deep regrets. The resentment supposedly is persistent. Many traces remain even today. They can be quite meddlesome. Indeed, you hear about it all over the place. I guess even by expert standards, it's quite the problem. No, you told me enough. What's more, the katana that the curse echo carried. I believe it to be the famed blade, Nukemaru. Nukemaru? Yes, a blade passed down through the Heike, once wielded by Taira no Tadamori. I see. It would seem your love of swords has proved rather useful here. So what you're saying is all these skeleton remains were cut and killed by the power of Tadamori's curse. I can't say it was Tadamori himself, but I'm confident it was the curse from someone within the Heike. At the very least, it offers explanation for those mysterious perfect cuts. But the bodies were being dumped every decade. Surely it can't be the curse too, is it? Correct. I imagine that part involves further investigation by someone else. So this wasn't by accident, but by some spontaneous curse as the perpetrator here. Indeed. However, I can't imagine any psychic with enough power to wield such a curse would dispose bodies so poorly. My theory that someone is just using a curse stone. They're killing through the curse, then discarding the bodies. A curse stone. Think of it as a talisman that lets those without spiritual sense use the power of a curse. They are created when immense resentment fuses with a suitable relic. That sounds dangerously convenient. There were a few incidences involving curse stones in Tokyo last year, actually, didn't you hear? Oh, now that you mention it, that does somewhat ring a bell. Is that from the game? Okay. It doesn't tell us. In short, whoever is behind this possesses a stone imbued with the Heike's curse. They use it to kill someone roughly every decade, dumping the body into the sea. Yeah, that aligns with the evidence. Thank you for the summary. Now, about the skeletal remains. Were you able to use your shotgun, Soto? Yes, I did. It only worked on the most recent body, though. The one from 6 years ago. By viewing the remains, I was able to reconstruct a portrait sketch on how he looked when he was alive. Here's a copy. I've already provided one to the police. Impressive. That ability of yours remains quite the asset. Not always. There are times when visions don't come through. It's far from infallible, though. Besides, there are those who could simply speak directly to the victim's spirit and ask who did it. Even so, none of these methods would hold up as admissible in court. But as a lead in our investigation, it's more than enough. Excellent work. Thank you. We had the police compare the sketch against missing people from 6 years ago, but no matches were found. Damn. It made things so much easier. Detective Ida is coming to the investigation. Ah, that detective with the local police. I've heard he's good. Let's hope he proves it. That's the detective we just met. The sketch of yours. Maybe we should show it to the locals. Good point. Someone might recognize him if he was around here 6 years ago. If we can identify the victim, it could help us trace the one who used the curse. I guess we can't just leave things be for now when we know a curse is involved. Honestly, I'd rather not deal with it. There you go again. Are you sure that's something you should be saying out loud? Obviously not. I just want to get this over with and go home, that's all. Yes, we know how much you love your home. You can see the sea all the way over there to Kameshima. You sense anything out there, Soto? Yes, I do. The waters to the south of Kameshima are saturated with the powerful presence of the curse of raging waters. I can sense it even from this distance. That's how strong it is. Is that how looking out to sea I can't see this thing? I just hope this means we made it in time. Even during the disaster 5 years ago, the energy was never this overwhelming. The seal is broken, there's no doubt about it. So it's already broken. This isn't good. The sea seems calm, though. Does the storm not break out immediately? Yes, something seems to be holding it back for now. So there's a silver lining, at least. Seems stable for the moment. We should probably have 2 or 3 days of safety. Then we got a bit of breathing room. Perhaps there's something we can do. Okay. It's an outbreak of turbulent waves. Violent storms. Okay, so his mom isn't a mermaid, but was turned into a fish because of the curse. Interesting. Kinda sucks. I hope we can do something about the curse of raging waves while it's still being held back. Despite all efforts, we still haven't found a way to lift the curse. We might still have quite a struggle. That's really the heart of the problem, isn't it? We have no idea where your ancestors' keepsake is either. Ugh, I apologize on behalf of my family. Behind you. Behind me. Oh. She looks a lot like the picture and our friend's mom. Okay, maybe not. Girl, where you going? She bolted. Soto, after her. On it. Walking in his wooden shoes, trying to chase her. Oh, let me go. I didn't do nothing wrong. I apprehended the suspect. Good work. Sorry for the rough handling. Mind helping us out a bit? Huh. What were you doing here? Why did you run? What? Don't get smart with me. You're the suspicious one, sneaking around poking into things. You think folks will be wary with some shady types like you wandering through town? Ah, I see. Sorry we gave you a scare. We're with the police. Nothing shady here. You're with the police? Seriously? You heard about the skeleton remains found nearby? Yes, that's what we're looking into. Ugh, you don't look like the police. Say, do you live around here? There's something I'd like you to take a quick look at. Do you recognize his face at all? We believe he may have been around here 6 years ago. Huh? Nope, don't know him. I see. Then could you point us in the direction of someone who might know people coming and going in town? No idea. Ask whoever you want. Can I go now? I got nothing to do with this. Don't know a thing. Alright, sorry for holding you up. What a peculiar woman. It was like her mind was somewhere else entirely. Well, either way, we should talk to more people in town. Agreed. Could you ask around and find out who that woman is? Of course. Several hours later. Ma'am, I've learned a few things. Excellent. Let's hear it. Good sketch? I showed the sketch to the victim to several townsfolk. However, it would seem no one recognized him here at all. Unfortunate. I suppose chances are he wasn't from this area to begin with. Guess we'll have to place our hopes on Detective Ide then. About the woman? Also asked about her. Apparently she isn't originally from this town. Oh, is that so? Indeed, she wandered into town about 5 years ago. She's been living alone in a cheap rental apartment on the outskirts of town ever since. When she first arrived, she had nothing but an old wooden box, which she was clearly clutching on to as if it was very dear to her. Nothing but an old wooden box. Supposedly, she used to work as an alma diver around here when she first moved here. She would occasionally go diving for fish, but these days she keeps to herself and no one ever sees her diving anymore. No one really knows how she supports herself. Many of the islanders find her upsetting. Perhaps she fled from something and moved her life here. That was suggested, yes, but she never spoke about her past, and no one knows for sure. Although, according to the landlord, she'd never been late on rent, and she'd never caused any problems either. Huh, seems odd she gets so worked up about strangers. She doesn't seem like she's in any position to be worried about that. Yeah, because she's a stranger. You think she might be hiding something? It's possible. Her attitude changed the moment we said we were with the police. Perhaps she's keeping watch over the coast where the body's being dumped, waiting to see if someone showed up. Right, I mean the most recent body is from 6 years ago. She arrived in town 5 years back. Timing's rather suspicious when you look at it like that. We best keep our eye on her. Agreed. Were you able to get her name? Apparently her last name is Somekawa. Okay. I didn't manage to get her name. Somekawa. Why does that name sound so familiar? You've heard it before? I think so. I can't remember where. I'm a woman who's cast off her past long ago. I shouldn't let it bother me. Not this again. Let's leave any time-consuming background checks for Detective Ide. Very well, I'll inform him. 5 years ago. She does look a lot like his mom. Hold on, wait. Yeah. She looks a lot like her. Okay, so it is her, because her last name is Tomekawa. Oh. Wait. When did she supposedly die? 5 years ago. Huh. Sticker! Hell yeah. Okay, anyway, what else? Sketch. You don't suppose we're working with a bad sketch? You needn't worry, I'm confident in the likeness. Should be a near perfect match. I'm sure it's not. Sorry for doubting you. Means the woman might have been marking us since we got here. It's possible. I apologize for not noticing sooner. Even a moment's lapse can expose one to a curse. I was careless, but I won't let it happen again. You can be cursed that easily? That's terrifying. What a world we live in. Yep. That concludes all the information I gathered from my inquiries. That helps a lot, thanks. Shall I summarize our next steps? I suppose we need to do something about this. Let's see. What about the waves? Regarding our main objective, the so-called curse of raging waves, without knowing how to lift it, there's not much we can do. Is there a chance you can break the curse using brute force? You're good at that. Certainly an option. If worse comes to worse, I can't say I have high hopes it will work. I guess it would be more realistic to try to find clues about whereabouts of your ancestors' keepsake instead. Said the item might hold the key to lifting the curse. Okay. Alright, mommy. It was sold overseas. Okay. That doesn't sound promising. Guess back to trying to break the curse with brute force. But to even consider that route, we need more intel from the island. Which is why we need to head back to Kamishima. At the very least, advise the locals to evacuate. Yes, hopefully someone of influence there will believe us about the curse. Regarding the unidentified skeletons. Until we can identify the victim from the sketch, we have no other things. Okay. We'll leave that in the detective's hands. We'll have the detective look at her. Someone we can actually rely on. Other words, we can leave the skeleton case to him for now. Okay. Though we should remain vigilant regarding the curse stones. Huh? Is something wrong? No, it's just that one of the islanders I spoke to seems to be calling me over. Maybe something happened. I'll go find out. Please do. Ma'am? What was it? The person who called me over shared a new piece of information. We were told to keep it a secret, but open up since we're with the police. Go on. Earlier this morning, down by the shore, they apparently found something that resembled the corpse of a mermaid. A mermaid? Really? The same person reported it to the local authority, and it was immediately ordered to tell no one, not even the police. You're kidding me. That local authority then contacted an unknown individual. Soon after, someone came and secretly retrieved the mermaid corpse. That couldn't be more suspicious, could it? Exactly. They were uneasy about the whole thing, which is why they confided in me. What shall we do? Did they discover what the mermaid looked like? Yes, they said from the head to the shoulders it was human, but below that was entirely fish. So it was not the classic mermaid from fairy tales, it would seem. Only the head was human. They also said it was completely dried out, almost mummified. The face was unrecognizable. But they thought it resembled a local diver. Tameko Suma. What? Apparently she went out diving alone this morning and hasn't returned. That's likely what worried the witness the most. That is troubling. Damn it, just we needed more things to deal with. First things first. Let's deal with this mermaid story. Okay. There's so much going on, dude. It's crazy. But I actually think that I'm going to stop here because I've been streaming for a while and unfortunately I do have work tonight. But I hope that everybody has a wonderful night, evening, afternoon, morning, or whatever time it is where you live. And remember, guys, save the turtles. Bye!
深い深い森の奥に